What a first round of the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh, a 16th and final stage of an incredible 2025 season. And we are now in the final stretch. We are now down the final 100-yard line as 11 riders make their way into the jump-off. Is that right? 11 riders make their way into tonight's jump-off, which means that in the next half hour or so, we're going to be in line for an incredible jump-off to have that many competing for tonight's top prize and the remaining LGCT golden ticket for the GC playoffs in Prague next month. However, a big story to come out of round one tonight is the fact that Harry Smolders and Bingo Duparc, this is not Harry Smolders and the combination of Monaco that has won multiple Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix this year. He makes the horse change, he brings in Bingo, and with his clear round, he confirms his place on the podium at the end of the season. Harry Smolders now officially will finish the year in second place. And I think he said to us a little bit earlier on tonight that how that even surprises himself. It's been an outstanding season for the Dutchman, a former Longines Global Champions Tour season winner, having that incredible season run against Michael van der Vleuten a couple of seasons ago. And now Harry Smolders, after those sensational performances with Monaco and now with Bingo as well, before the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh is even completed, his position in the jump-off guarantees his second place on the podium. So it's a long list, so bear with me. Let's go through this list then of the 11 riders that have now qualified for tonight's second round, that have now qualified for tonight's jump-off. It starts with the very first rider out the gate. What a performance this was, and what a tone it set for the rest of the field, as Emanuele Gardiano was the first rider to jump clear and book his place in tonight's jump-off. Simon de Lestre, fresh off a back injury with Golden Boy, books his spot in the jump-off. Kim Emmen back-to-back with her Dutch compatriot Harry Smolders. Andreas Schouw in pursuit of an LGCT Grand Prix win here tonight. And Ramzy Al-Duhami, a local Saudi rider, into the jump-off as well. Dennis Lynch, Sophie Hinners getting in too on Iron Dames Sinclair. And then onto the second page as Emily Conter, Gilles Thomas, the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season winner, untouchable once again on Hermitage Cologne. And then the final rider to make their way into tonight's second round, into tonight's jump-off, will be the very talented Jana Wargers on Duret OLD. No place in the jump-off for Christian Kukuk, for Scott Brash. But those are the 11 that will be competing for tonight's top prize. We mentioned local rider Ramzy Al-Duhami making his way into the jump-off. You can only imagine that every single local fan here in Riyadh absolutely jumped out of their seats when he got over the final fence inside the time allowed. Let's hear from the local Saudi.
Ramzy, the roof was lifted. I know there isn't a roof, but it was like it was lifted when you went clear there. Just sum up the emotional feeling for you to do that in front of your home fans.
Oh, to do this at home is an unbelievable feeling. I really wanted to give them something back. It hasn't been lucky for me the first few days, so happily the Grand Prix, the most important class, she was on form and I also rode her well, so I hope one more round. But I'm really glad everyone was happy and gave them what they were coming for, so that's very nice.
Your horse, untouchable by name and untouchable by nature out there today, seemed to approach the course carefully but really jumped beautifully.
Yes, she has really improved since I got her, and now she's been very, very consistent. We have an understanding, you know, I know her a bit more. She also started to understand these courses, and the more she did them, the more she got experience. But she always had the power, and now she are handling her body, her big body, in a nice way. So I'm very happy.
Having events like the LGCT Grand Prix, the finals here in Riyadh, how important is it for the future of Saudi jumping to see legends like you? You've got longevity in this game from Saudi Arabia. How important is it?
very, very important. I mean, for these kids to come and watch their heroes, their role models jumping here and watching them in the warm-up, how they get ready for the class, and also it's a good opportunity for them to connect with them and maybe go to Europe and get help by these professionals, and that's how you really lift the level up and high. And then also this event and to see it live and up close, it's unbelievable.
What can we expect in the jump-off? Fireworks from you?
Well, of course we're going to try, but she's not known to be the fastest. But I hope it will be a course that suits her. So let's wait and see. But of course, I'll try my best.
Ramzy, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Some very powerful messaging from Ramzy Al-Duhami, the local Saudi rider who's now qualified for tonight's jump-off, saying that he doesn't have the quickest horse, but let me tell you, would there not be an explosion of energy, of applause, if he were to go double clear in tonight's jump-off? 11 riders have qualified for the upcoming second round. Course preparation is underway. The jump-off course is being designed. And to give us some wonderful insight, the sensational Angelica Augustin-Zanotelli joins us in the studio. A final day is always very exciting. Before we even get to 11 riders in a jump-off, talk to me about final day energy on the Longines Global Champions Tour.
Yeah, I think it was a very challenging first round already. It was big, it was difficult line, so it was more clears than I expected.
I was just going to say, surely then 11 feels really big, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Surprising?
For me, a little bit surprising, yeah, but the horses, they jumped very well. You could see on the riders, the most of them, the rode spot on. It will be a very, very interesting jump off.
Talk to me about round one, some of the challenges that we saw. We saw the wall playing up quite a lot of bricks coming out of the wall.
Yes, that's right.
What else surprised you, or what else played the way you were expecting it?
I think one of the tricky lines was the forced ride to the green oxer. Some of them got it long, some got it short. Many had the front rail that. The plank after was also a difficult one. He walked a 7. Some decided to add on 8 to be safe. Also, one of the tallest verticals in the course was coming into the last double. There was also an option to do 7 or 8 straight. And then I think the last fence came also down a couple of times. It was not one place that they had all the faults. It came a little bit everywhere, so well done to the course designer again.
Well, the music tells you that the jump-off is about to get underway. Emanuele Guardiano is the first man in. Esteban de Hus is the first rider. How do you even begin on an 11-rider jump-off, Angelica? This is a very difficult position when you find yourself the first of 11. How do you even begin to set a pace like that?
It's right. The thing is that all those 11 riders are really, really fast. So when you go in as number 1, you have to give it all. It's the only chance to get a chance in this jump-off, I think.
Okay. Throw the risk at it. Let's see how it goes. This is the 16th and final stage of the 2025 season. Your last opportunity to get a golden ticket to the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. 11 to come. Guardiano, the first of those 11. Esteban de Hus. Let's go and see what he does.
To perform at this, the highest level. Lovely horse, this. He really takes the challenge. You can see snaffle bridle, a little bit of a sheepskin noseband on him. He's looking for one of those smooth rounds. Comes in off the right rein to the first fence. They've taken the plank off the top. So now away he goes. You can see straight up to the pace, straight up to the rhythm. Beautiful turn to the second fence. Now just steadies a little bit coming into the combination. Oh, he's had the front rail. Now he's going to keep going. He knows there's a serious prize fund at stake. He's the first to go. Maybe the others will have fences too. Jumps this on the angle. Into the corner. This is down by the pocket. Now we go to what was the oxer, the second part of the double. Jumps again on the angle now. He's going to turn back really tight here. Keeps coming through the corner. Good distance. Now 5 strides here. Last fence. Really good time, 45.53. Unfortunately, those 4 faults. So 45.53. We're just going to have to keep an eye on everybody else now. He's reasonably quick. I expect we may have 1 or 2 will go faster than that. We're going to have to wait and see. But the man, here he goes. Really jumped out on the angle, really careful. Now up to the combination. watch here, just has that front rail on the way up.
So, Angelica, thoughts quickly on Guardiano before we go to rider number 2 from 15. He had a Longines. Talk to me about the distance there.
Yeah, he had 8 strides going into the double. I know when the riders were walking the course for the jump off, they some of them were talking about 7. The same to number 10, which is also a related line where they could do 1 stride less, I believe.
Okay, very aggressive down that final line. Guardiano sets a time of 4 penalties at 45.53. Simon Delestre next in the ring.
This horse mightn't be the oldest horse, maybe have all the experience, but he's got all the characteristics. He's lovely and light. He's a real athlete. Keeps galloping up to the combination. He's brave in there. Now he's ridden his luck a little bit here, so he pushes through the corner. He's going to jump this on the angle from right to left. Gallops down, you can see really pushes here. Now there's a left-hand turn here. That's going to scrub off a lot of speed. Brilliant shot. 7, 8 strides up here. Now he's going to up to the arena a little bit. He knows he's on a clear so far. He doesn't want to be silly. Now 5 strides to home. This is our first clear round. On that 9-year-old, Simon Delestre goes into the lead, 44.58. He's already won an LGCT Grand Prix. He now sets out. He's going to try and win a second. He's trying it on a 9-year-old.
So Simon Delestre, fresh off a little bit of work done on his back, jumping superbly here in Riyadh. Talk to me about, not only is the time quicker, but the fences all stay up. That was wonderfully judged by Simon.
It was, and he also left 1 stride out on both of the lines. He did a 7 into the double, and he did 8 stride down to number 10.
Taking both strides out in those 2, or stride out in both of those lines, does that tell us that maybe there's not too much left to shave off there? Because where else are you taking strides out?
He did a very good round, but I think a faster horse will beat the time.
Okay, as it stands, Simon Delestre leads. He is clear on 44.58. Kim Emmen, Imagine NOP next in the ring.
Imagine NOP. He's a 12-year-old gelding. He's by Cassini Gold. He's a jumping machine. You can see he's a bigger horse than particularly Golden Boy. Beautifully intelligent horse. Let's see what Kim's approach is here this evening. Picks up a nice canter. She's going to use his intelligence, his cleverness. She's going to just stay on a really positive rhythm. Now, stays smooth up to the combination. Lands. You can see she's going to be as tight as she possibly can dare to be. Watch the body movement. She's pushed through the corner. Gallops down to the far end. And now. Whoa, brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 strides up here. Now, going for a clear round. This is a percentage round from Kim. She wants to jump a clear round. She doesn't want to get involved in a foot race at this stage with this guy. Really sensible. 46.68. She's 2.1 seconds slower. But this is a tactical decision. She knows that Imagine is a really conscientious, careful jumper.
You got the feeling it wasn't going to be the time, but that's a really handy double clear for Kim Emmen. I'm sure she's delighted from that performance tonight.
Yeah, Imagine have been jumping beautiful the whole day. Both rounds jumped really well, didn't want to touch a pole. I think Kim, she didn't get the shot she wanted to number 2, so then she had to add 1 stride to 8 to the double. That's unfortunately where she lost a little bit of time.
Talk to me about Harry Smolders quickly and the season that he's had. Bingo is here. It's not Monaco that we've seen throughout the year. But give me your thoughts on Harry Smolders and the 2025 year that he's had thus far.
Harry Smolders is one of the fastest riders in the world. And I think he has a very good chance of taking, for sure, the podium, but maybe even the first place today.
Well, no Monaco here tonight. It's Bingo du Parc for Harry Smolders. Confirmed 2nd place, by the way, at the end of the 2025 season. The time to beat still belongs to Simon Delestre. It's double clear at 44.58.
He comes in 2nd place, just behind Gilles Thomas. I don't think he can be shifted at this stage. Bingo du Parc, that 14-year-old gelding, was very good in the first round. We know Harry's very, very competitive. We're going to have to see how this approach is here now. Now you can see Harry always uses those reins with the markers on them. And already, watch this, comes across the first fence. He jumps it from right to left. So tight back here. Brilliant stuff. 7 strides up to the double. What was the combination? He goes right up on the inside track. He's so close to the wing. Again, watch this. He's going to come across from right to left. Gallop up into the corner. Watch him push the horse here now. Now, watch his eyes. He's on the jump. Turns in. Brilliant. 9 strides up here, and now this is where he can be really tight. We know how accurate he is. Stays tall, just waits a little bit, makes a little adjustment. Now he's going to have to move to make the 5. Here we go. This has to go into the lead. No, he's just outside. 0.14 of a second outside. Simon Delette stays in the lead. Harry Smulders.
Started to get the impression that 44.58 of Simon starts to look really dangerous. He might not win it, but that's a very good shout at a podium for Harry Smulders with that time.
Yes. I had a little bit of feeling that Harry didn't go full on today.
Yeah? What are your thoughts as to that? Why? Is that because it's bingo? Is that because the season has come to a close and he's got a lot in the bag? What, you think he left a little bit in the tank there?
I think he left it a little bit open. Simon gave it all. And I think there will come a few down the list that will do the same like Simon. They will take the risks and they will go. I think Harry, he played a little bit safe.
Okay, Harry Smulders looking for a podium perhaps. Andrea Scau and Napoli, what a combination. The time still to beat belongs to Simon Delestre. Double clear, 44.58.
Approach to Harry, jumps the fence across the line. Now needs to keep the rhythm through the corner. You can see much bigger horse. Has a really big long stride. Beautiful jumper. Now lands, he's got to keep moving here. That's very good. Go on, stay going, stay going. Get your jump. There we go. Now gallops down to the corner. Turns back. Really good shot here. Now he's got, unfortunately, he's just dropped down on that back rail. He won't even have heard that, I don't believe. He still thinks he's on a clear round. Turns back onto the second last fence. Gives a little whoa. You can see the length of this horse's stride. He's not going to win his LGCT Grand Prix on this occasion. 45.02. What a pity. Goes into 4th place at the moment.
So not to be for Andrea Scau and Napoli, 16 going down. Did you have a feeling that was coming? It looked like it was just a little shy on it, just a little short.
I think he took a risk there. He turned a little bit in the air,
yeah.
But the risks you have to take if you want to beat that time.
And again, the time still belongs to Simon at 44.58. The closest that we've seen belongs to Andrea Scau and 45.02. So, flirting with the time, getting closer and closer. Here comes the local rider, Ramzy Al-Duhami, Saudi Arabian rider. Listen to the crowd react to his name. And if this were to go well, a double clear for Ramzy, the crowd is going to tell you. Fairy tale story on the line for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ramzy Al-Duhami next in the ring.
Earlier on this afternoon, Untouchables, that 12-year-old mare. She's really clever. She's very intelligent. Let's see if they can get it together. He keeps galloping up to the double. Oxer in, 1 stride. Now lands and moves. He's very neat back here. We can see the footprints from some of the other horses. He's going to jump this on the angle. Now gallops down to the corner. Now Ramzy, you can see he stays tall, has his eye on the fence. Will it come up for him? Yeah, it has done. Now, again, it's bounced in the cup. Coming away from the pocket. That's the second time that's happened. We're not going to have a home winner, I'm afraid. Oh, what an athlete and what a performance. I'm sure the crowd are going to give him their applause. He well deserves it. He's been brilliant all weekend. He's really unlucky. He had a second last fence down yesterday evening after a superb performance. He was brilliant in the first round, but unfortunately, it's not to be this evening.
Jumping 16 on the angle, saw the fence go down. But tell me, Angelica, what does that say? What does that say there? He had the time. He had the time.
He had the time. What a fantastic round, Ramzy. Oh, that was a pity. That was a pity.
This 16 is proving to be a bit of a problem here now, right? Is that just the pressure of trying to come out of that jump Saudi into 16? How do you do that line well?
It's a very difficult angle, because if you jump it completely straight, you lose a lot of time. So you need to angle it. You jump it a little bit on a circle. It's difficult for the horses. Yeah.
So the more aggressive you try and become out of the jump Saudi line, the more time you shave off because you're chasing a 44.58. But then Angelica's pointed out multiple times now, 16 has gone down because of that jump on the angle. Simon de Lestre still holds the lead, clear 44.58.
He's on the New York team that was 6th here at the weekend. He's ranked number 6 in the league. Horse looks superb, really fresh. Watch the expression on this horse's face. If this too can just get onto that really sweet spot now, and if those fences will come up the way that they're hoping it will, has the potential. Cordial, he's a 16-year-old. He's a stallion. And again, comes across right to left. Now Dennis, keep pushing through the corner here now. Watch the body language. Little tap on the shoulder. Come on, big fella. Let's get going. Ears are pricked. That's always a great sign with this horse when he sees what he's doing. And then Dennis drives through the corner. Jumps this again on the angle. Watch him come across from right to left. One. Gallops away. This is really good. He's quick here. Now he's got to turn back. Be brave. Keep coming. Come on, Cordial. Here we go. Gallops away from the pocket. Keep coming. Gives him loads of space. Now, you got to be brave here. You want to win this, you've got to turn up really tight. Here we go. He has that one. Now, gallop to the last. Wait. And here he comes. Can he do it? We've got to see. Let's go. 0.92. Dennis has gone into the lead. He will be delighted. Cordial, he was 2nd the last LGCT Grand Prix. He's got his nose in front. He's on the lead at the moment. We have a number of top-class riders left to come.
We have a new leader. Simon de Lestre drops the 2nd. Dennis Lynch, 43.66. Oh, he did that so beautifully from Jump Saudi. Talk to me about how good that looked.
Yeah, really, he did a fantastic jump off, and also to this black Global Champions Tour vertical, the black one, he opened up the turn a little bit that he didn't get it such a sharp turn. That he did really nice. He didn't have to slow down so much, and I think that was really well ridden. Shaving
almost a second off the time of Simon de Lestre. But now in comes an incredibly talented rider. In comes Sophie Hinners and Iron Dame Sinclair. A very, very strong combination. The new time to beat. It belongs to Dennis Lynch. Clear 43.66.
Look at the cunning. She's across the first fence now. This horse is very quick across the ground. Light on its feet. Much more blood. Lighter and quicker. And she's going to use that to good effect. Watch the footprints here. Now she's drifted a little bit wider here. But she's quick on across the ground. Stands off that. Unfortunately, she's dropped the front leg on it. Dennis will breathe a sigh of relief. She knew she drifted a little bit wider up there, so she opted then to really keep galloping. Sinclair is really athletic and really, really quick. Don't be surprised if it's a stunning time when she goes through the finish beam. But unfortunately, that fence down, 43.47. Yes, the quickest round we've had so far this evening. It's a real blood horse. You can see how fast she is across the ground. Sophie had to make a decision, having come out of the...
So the quickest round of the night belongs to Sophie Hinners. And ironically, Angelica, it's not here at Global Champions, but it was the angle that Jump Saudi. Talk to me about what was happening there with Sophie.
Yeah, she had a really good jump off until then, and then I think she got a little bit stuck in the turn, and then she didn't end up really on the distance that she was planning to, unfortunately.
What do you think we can expect from Emily Conter and Portabella?
I think Emily is really hungry, and she's a quick rider, it's a quick horse. I think that she can definitely beat the time.
Okay, time to beat now still sits with Dennis Lynch. Double clear, 43.66. Emily Conter next in the ring. Your season champion, Gilles Thomas, coming in next. And then Jana Wargers and Dorette OLD. Two women in the final three. Time to beat Dennis Lynch. Double clear, 43.66.
Intelligent, really smart. Emily would love to put her name on this trophy. Now, starts off really nicely. She's neat, she's tidy here. She knows this mare can read the fences. She knows she's very good in her body. So she can gallop up here. Now, if she can just keep it all together, this mare is very nimble. Yeah, she's really up on the inside here. She's cut the corner. She's definitely, to me, quicker than most. Oh, a little bit down on the fence down. She's not going to feature on the podium this evening, I'm afraid. But this is definitely a mare that I'm going to bet we're going to see in the winner's enclosure fairly soon. She's definitely going to be on the podium in an LGCT Grand Prix in the very near future. She's only 10. but she has everything that you want to do to be a winner. She's fast, she's careful, she's scopy, she's quick, and she's intelligent. Unfortunately, a fence down this evening drops her down to 9th place. We have 2 more left to go.
Not to be for Emily Conto, I'm afraid. A fence going down, but very, very impressive for the young rider to get into tonight's jump-off. That mare still just 10 years of age. Gilles Thomas is the new man in. It's been an outrageous season for Gilles. Is this the cherry on the cake? Does he win the final stage as a champion? Or does this still sit with Dennis Lynch or Jana Wargers?
I think that the jump-off really suits his horse. He has a massive stride, he can turn, he can do short rollbacks. I do believe that he has a chance.
Gilles Thomas, the Belgian, Hermitage Cologne, successful throughout this year, incredibly so. Is it his Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix? Time to beat still. Dennis Lynch, double clear, 43.66.
There are league winners. They already have won couple of Grand Prix. He's won 2 LGCT Grand Prix this year. Simple snaffle, drop noseband, you see the little mesh noseband on him. This is a very sensitive horse. Gilles has been phenomenal all season. This is one of our superstar combinations, both horse and rider. Picks up a good canter now. Let's see what happens. Dennis will be outside watching the big screen. Fingers crossed, I'm sure. Here we go. Just changes his leg on his way down to the first fence, but moves through the corners. Horse has such balance. Jumps it on the right-hand side, gallops up. You can see again, he stays on the right-hand side here. He's cutting every corner he can. Let's watch the footprints. He's on a little bit wider maybe than some. Now, this has been a difficult fence for some already. Has a little bump, and now he's quick. He's galloping down the arena. He's brave. He's turned in really tight here. Oh, the horse just skips in front. That just shows the quality of Hermitage. Now, watch the horse. Pricks his ears. This is very, very quick. He's slightly down. What can he do on the way back? Has to turn up really tight. Dennis is just hanging in there by you. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? 43.99. Dennis stays in the lead. Gilles Thomas and Hermitage Cologne pop into 2nd place. There is 0.33 of a second in it. There is absolutely...
So it's not to be for Gilles Thomas, our 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season winner. But how calm and easy does he make a double clear 43.99 look? Tell me your thoughts on Gilles Thomas.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful round to watch. Like always, the combination, the trust between the two, how well they know each other is. Many times when he's going fast, it still looks really calm and with harmony.
So now we have a Jana Wargers Durette OLD. Tell me your thoughts on Durette versus a Dennis Lynch showdown, Angelica. Where does it go?
Yeah, this is going to be really exciting because I think Durette is the fastest horse in the field, and Jana is really hungry to win today. So I put my money on Jana.
Ooh, all right. Money on Jana Wargers. Here we go. Final rider in the jump-off tonight here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Jana Wargers versus Dennis Lynch. The time to beat double clear, 43.66.
Competitive. This mare's a 16-year-old. Starts off really well. Here we go. Gallops up to this. She knows the mare is careful. She knows she's scoping. She's left out of stride here, I think. Now, how tight can you be? Don't go too wide. Keep the momentum through the corner. She's done that wonderfully. Now, she's going to gallop to the corner. There's no doubt about it. How quick can you be? That's super fast. Now, this is super brave. If it comes off, it could be the difference. She's done it. Now, keep going. Dennis, I'm a bit worried. Here we go. She turns up to the last. She's staying brave. She's taking every chance. The mare is brilliant. I believe this is going to go into the lead. Here we go. She's going to win her LGCT Grand Prix. That has been absolutely phenomenal. Dennis, I'm afraid you've been beaten by the most wonderful round.
Oh, my word. What a story. What a story. And Angelica Augustin-Zanatelli called it. She said Durette OLD is the quickest horse in the field, but it's not just about that. It's about that rider. What a story in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for Jana Wargers to win. You want to go run and get her? Yeah, you do. Yeah, go, 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 go. She wants to run. She's out. She's got to go, she says. She needs to celebrate. Oh, Angelica Augustin-Zanatelli is jumping out of her boots. She is flying into the in-gate. What a story for Jana Wargers, and what a season finale on the Longines Global Champions Tour. It's not to be for Dennis Lynch, it's not to be for Gilles Thomas, who once again gets onto the podium, but it is Jana Wargers and Dorette OLD that wins tonight. And not only does she win, and there's Angelica, look how quickly she got there, by the way. Angelica with a clean pair of heels getting into that warm-up arena. Jana Wargers, not only does she win it, but she does it in almost a 2-second deficit over Dennis Lynch, who then finishes in second. And your 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season winner, Gilles Thomas, with yet another podium as Hermitage Cologne jumps a double clear in a time of 43.99. Whew. Oh, that is a remarkable finish. That is a truly unscriptable moment in the 2025 season. With a total prize money of over 500,000 euros here tonight in the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh. It's Jana Wargers and Dorette OLD, the last of the 11 riders in the jump-off to go. The best performance of the night to jump the double clear, to take 2 seconds off the time of Dennis Lynch. And we have our final entrant into the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix in Prague next month as Jana Wargers makes her way on top of the podium. That is a truly remarkable finish to an incredible Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. Simon Delestre, who led for a long time, falls outside of the podium. Kim Emmen, Sophie Hinners, Ramzy Al-Duhami in that jump-off. Andrea Scao and Emanuele Guardiano finishing with 4 penalties alongside Emily Conter as well. But the night belongs to Jana Wargers. We will come back in a moment and we'll get all the reaction, all of the thoughts, as well as wrap up the 2025 season as well with our season champion, Gilles Thomas. When you see that smile in real life, which is going to be in a few moments' time, it will tell you everything you need to know about tonight's Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh. The fact that Jana Wargers has beaten out an incredibly strong field, a field that contained Dennis Lynch, season champion, Gilles Thomas, a multi-LGCT Grand Prix winner in 2025, and Harry Smulders, Kim Emmen, Sophie Hinners. It was a powerhouse list of riders. And of all the riders here tonight, it is Jana Wargers and Dorette OLD that jump the fastest double clear to go and win, win the entire thing, to win the biggest prize on the night, to win the final golden ticket to the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Oh, what a story is this. What a story is this. We will praise Gilles Thomas as the 2025 season champion on the Longines Global Champions Tour. But this performance from Jana Wargers, let's show you the final results. Let's remind you of the podium here tonight on the 16th and final stage of the 2025 season as Jana Wargers edges out Dennis Lynch, as Gilles Thomas rounds out an incredible season with yet another podium. Hermitage Cologne jumping double clear, and Simon de Lestre, who led for quite some time, finishes in 4th. Harry Smulders and Bingo du Parc, a good performance as well with the double clear in 5th place. Kim Emmen jumping the last of the double clears, and then Sophie Hinners, Ramzy Al-Duhami and Andreas Skau, as well as Emmanuel Guardiano, finishing with scores of 4. It was a wonderful, wonderful night, an incredible performance. And what a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh. Let's maybe show you this round of Jana Wargers. Let's show you all 41.71 seconds of this glorious performance. This is Jana Wargers, the 2025 Riyadh winner. As she starts with Dorette OLD. We had Angelica Augustin Zanotelli here earlier on, giving us some perspective, getting over at Longines. This was a tricky line now where it required you to really, really be tight. And so many times we saw that fence go down because riders jumping it on the angle, jumping it on the angle, trying to shave seconds off, fractions of seconds off. But she got over the Black Global Champions fence. And from here on in, time was on her side. And look at the ground speed of Dorette. Look at her taking strides out. And the time to beat at 43.66. She absolutely smashes at 41.71. It is a remarkable night. I'm very, very excited. Look at that face. Look at that smile. The smile of a golden champion. The smile of a winner on the Longines Global Champions Tour, and the smile of the latest entrant into the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix at the GC Playoffs in Prague next month. What an athlete. What an incredible performance. And Jana, I don't even quite know where to begin. She will be ushered into the studio in just a moment. She has her first place sash on board. This is my gift to you tonight.
Thank you.
Please begin to tell me how you feel right now. What is the heart rate at, do you think?
The heart rate is still very high.
Yeah. Oh, Jana, this is such a remarkable night. Try and sum up for me what you are feeling right now.
Yeah, so far I have no words, especially for that horse. What she's giving for me is just incredible. And I'm so proud, and I said it before, I'm so happy that I could deliver today to get the win for the whole team. I know how much effort is behind that, and I'm so proud to have the win today.
We had Angelica Augustin Zanotelli in the studio earlier on, and as we were working our way down the jump-off, we were going through the riders that were in front of you. And to be fair, she put her neck on the line, and she said, Jana and Dorette are the fastest combination in this jump-off. Look out for them. She highlighted it immediately. Talk to me about this line that you had to jump on the angle here to the Black Global Champions. It was a line that caused a lot of trouble, You had to be aggressive and jump on the angle. That's why it went down. How did you do that so perfectly?
Yeah, I had the feeling my mare was really on it, and I also had a bit the feeling I have not that much control left. So I saw the distance, and luckily I got a good distance, so I had a good shot there. And she just carried me around like she always does. She's so special to me. Talk
to me about what you were thinking at the break. So after round one, you jump clear. You get into the jump off. You know that you're going to be last to go. You also know that that's an 11-rider jump off, and that can be stressful, I imagine. What were you thinking to yourself? What were you busy trying to mentally prepare in between round one and round two?
Yeah, I was just really focused on myself, and I really wanted that win today. So I got through the course a couple of times, and I really thought, okay, you have to get this line good and that angle good, and it just worked out perfectly today.
Not only did you win it, by the way, but you took almost 2 seconds off, and you know that in this sport, 2 seconds is a lifetime. When you were in the second round, when you were flying around the fences towards the back end, did you have a feeling that it was that quick? Did you have the urge to slow it down and be safe? Did you keep going? What was your mindset like?
Yeah, I had the feeling I was on it. I had the feeling I was fast enough. So I took a little longer way to the second last vertical just to make sure she gets a good jump there. But I know how fast she is in general. And I got it really good everywhere. So I was pretty sure if I keep on it now, then it might be enough.
Now, not only do you win here tonight at the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh, but what you have done is take the final golden ticket for the LGCT Super Grand Prix. You are now going to jump in the biggest class of the year in Prague with us in a couple of weeks' time at the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Has that thought even entered your mind at the moment?
Yeah, everyone is saying that to me, and we spoke about it last week, that this is the last chance to really get that ticket. And I mean, for sure you have it in your mind and you want to do it, but that I really got it today and it worked out is incredible.
I am very excited to see what will happen in Prague in a couple of weeks' time. I assume because we are so close to Prague and because Dorette is looking really strong, is this the obvious selection? Is this the obvious choice to jump in the LGCT Super Grand Prix?
Yeah, absolutely. Dorette is my main horse, and she is incredible, and she's in such a good shape. Even she's 16 years old, she feels so good, and she will definitely be the choice for Prague.
I know that there is a trophy and a press conference. I'm going to let you go, please. This is incredible. Thank you and well done. Go on, enjoy the rest of your night. Your 2025 LGCT Grand Prix of Riyadh winner. This is Jana Wargers. Thank you, Jana. You may be on your way, and I'm going to swap you out for this man. Thank you, Jana, and congratulations. You must be so tired of me by now. I think I've seen you more this year than I've seen my family. Gilles Thomas, we bring you into the studio tonight to remind everyone that you are the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season winner. You finished the season with yet another podium. I've asked you this many times over the year. Talk to me about how you feel now that officially the season is closed. Give me your thoughts on what a 2025 year it's been for you.
It's been an amazing year. And actually today's Grand Prix I really could enjoy the class because I knew already that I had to win from the championship. And then also the way Hermitage was jumping today made me a very happy rider.
Did you have any thought around taking it easy now in the back half of the season? You go on and you win the championship. We didn't see you in Rabat. Did you ever think that maybe I want to keep everyone fresh, I don't need to jump, I don't want to jump? What was the thought and the planning of making sure you still come to Riyadh and perform?
Individually I won already, but with the team it was still very tight. And I'm also in the global thanks to our team, so I also really want to go for the double. And luckily we made it, and then today we just could enjoy a bit the Grand Prix. But yeah, he was in great shape already the whole week. And actually the jump off was a good jump off for my horse. He has a big stride, but yeah, they were too quicker than me.
You've completed the double, as you said. For those that aren't aware, Valkenswaard United winning the Global Champions League earlier on this week. And of course, Gilles Thomas, the youngest ever Longines Global Champions Tour champion, having won the title earlier on this year, once again getting onto the podium. You talk about winning that as a double, But when we get to Prague in a couple of weeks, there is a GCL Super Cup to compete for, and you have the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Based on your form, there is a real possibility that you can win 3, maybe 4 titles this year. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Talk to me about how excited you are for Prague.
Yes, my horses are at the moment in great shape, so that gives confidence to me as a rider. But Prague is a bit different kind of show. It's an indoor show, it's a small ring. So yeah, we will see how it will work there.
What is the plan between now and Prague? You take a little bit of rest, you have some indoor shows. How are you going to prepare your horses?
Yeah, normally I will take Hermitage and Calista to Prague. Hermitage, he has now a little break from 2 weeks. He has some experience, so I don't think he really needs to go to an indoor show. But with Calista, she's still quite young, so that's why I didn't have her here. I will take her next week to an indoor show to prepare her also for Prague.
Because you and I have spoke so much this year, I will keep a seat open for you in Prague, because I have a feeling that I might be chatting to you again in those final nights of the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix and the GCL Super Cup. It really has been a pleasure, Gilles, and I thank you for an incredible season. The armband, the sash, your 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour winner of the season, the youngest ever, and a remarkable year for Gilles Thomas, the man who has been the best of the lot and will go down as, I'm sure, the best season of his life to date. Let's remind you of the incredible season of Gilles Thomas.
Gilles Thomas.
Gilles Thomas.
Gilles Thomas.
Gilles Thomas getting started. This man's talent rating is through the roof.
Now this is the man who is heading the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix standings.
It's brilliant.
27-year-old Gilles.
It is quite sensational.
Absolute winning machine.
For this young magician, his talent is through the roof. That is so obvious to everybody.
Perfect. He's a genius. He makes it look so easy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Wow. Is a winning machine, Gilles Thomas.
The youngest ever Longines Global Champions Tour season champion, and an incredible closing ceremony that's currently taking place behind us here in the city of Riyadh, a 16th and final stage on the Longines Global Champions Tour, and it has everything. There's fireworks, there's lasers, there's dancers, there's a drone show that's happening up in the sky as well. We spoke so much about this incredible city. We spoke so much about the futuristic approach of the city of Riyadh here in the King Abdullah Financial District. And you can hear the applause as the entire arena engulfed in dark lights. It is a golden night for the Longines Global Champions Tour. It is a golden night for your season winner, Gilles Thomas. And it is a golden night for Jana Wargers, the 16th Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner of the 2025 season. But what this does do now officially is close out the season. We've mentioned that Gilles Thomas is your champion, but we now have an official 2025 podium. For so long, we were talking about what that podium was going to look like. Where was Christian Kuckuck going to go? Where was Andreas Skau going to go? Where was Harry Smulders going to go? And as it stands, we now officially have a 1, 2, 3 of 2025. As Harry Smulders, a former LGCT season champion, finishes in second place after a remarkable 2025. And Andreas Skau, we spoke to him a couple of weeks ago in Rabat. We asked him about the possibility, the ambition of finishing on the overall LGCT podium, something that he said he would be incredibly proud of. And here he is, finally finishing in third place with yet another good performance here tonight. More championship points, enough championship points to see him get over Christian Kuckuck, to get onto that podium, as he now finishes in third place. Let's get some thoughts and reaction from your bronze finisher of 2025. This is Andreas Skau.
Your friend Jana Wargers, pipping Dennis Lynch in the final stage of the LGCT Grand Prix in Riyadh, has pushed him off the podium and you on it. Proof that you need effort, you need talent, and occasionally you need luck too to podium at this level. What's your response?
No, definitely all season Jana has been the best teammate, and today she showed it once again. Huge congratulations for the win, but of course it helped me being third in the overall, so that's what I came for, so I'm very, very happy.
How proud are you of what you've achieved? Because it's been about your effort, it's been about your horse's ability, but there's also a big team behind you that have helped you, that have pushed you and motivated you.
Yeah, exactly. As you say, you know, so many is behind this. One thing is the 2 minutes I have in the ring, but the hours of work our whole team puts in this, of course it's so nice to give this back to them. Everyone at home is proud, and hopefully now it's Saturday evening, hopefully they can celebrate this, and when I come home we can do it as a team, because yeah, it's a big achievement for all of us.
It's been a long season and you've been consistent through it. What do you believe has kept you performing at that level again and again?
Having such a good horse, you know, because this is top of our sport. Without one or two amazing horses, you can't deliver these results. Napoli has been so consistent. He is a horse who wants to do everything for me, and he did all season, and that's why we're here today with being on the podium.
You've done so much in your career, but how important for your career is it to finish on the podium in Longines Global Champions Tour overall this season?
No, that's a big thing, because when we start the year, you know, the only thing we talk about is the Global Champions Tour. We love this tour, and you compete against the absolute best of the world. So, of course, being on the podium and show the whole country at home and our sport in Denmark that it's possible, even though we're not a big nation in this sport, means, of course, a lot. So I'm very proud today.
Just finally, what's your reflection on jumping here in Riyadh? The hospitality has been second to none. What's it been like to go into the arena in front of these fans?
No, absolutely amazing. I mean, the facility they build up for us and for the horses here is simply, there's not one thing we can complain about. And that is important, you know, when we have a tour like this. Of course, there's venues that is smaller and tighter for the horses, so it's super nice to come to one of these where there's room and there's thought about everything, and I believe everyone is happy travelling away from here.
Andreas Scow, third in the Longines Global Champions Tour 2025. Massive congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What a wonderful season it has been for Andreas Scow, and how justified it is for him to finally get his foot onto that podium. The podium, by the way, that is just over my shoulder. You see it right over there. We will be undergoing 2 different podium celebrations later on tonight. First, there is going to be, naturally, the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix of Riyadh podium, where we will welcome Jana Wargers, Dennis Lynch and Gilles Thomas to the podium, after which we will then prepare for the seasonal podium, the end of year podium, the podium that will then welcome Gilles Thomas once again, Harry Smulders, and as you just heard there from third place, Andreas Scow. Speaking of your top 3 of the 2025 season, you've heard plenty from Gilles Thomas. We just heard from Andreas Scow. Now let's hear from the Dutchman, a former Longines Global Champions Tour winner himself. This is Harry Smulders.
Harry Smulders, a phenomenal season. You were so close in the title battle. How do you sum up the season? How are your emotions?
I mean, I'm very delighted. I did 7 GCTs, 6 clears, one time, 1 down. And then with 5 podium places, 3 wins, incredible season for me.
Looking back on the season overall, what were the defining moments for you?
I think with 3 victories, I never had that before in one season. So I'm very, very proud. My horses, my team and my owners, so couldn't be better.
You've been at the sharp end all season. You've spoken to me a lot about developing your horsepower. How will this season stand you in good stead for 2026?
These horses, my string getting a little bit older. Monaco is 16, Bingo is 14. They have done it this year. Hopefully they do it another year. And then I have a little bit of a gap between the next generation, but we will come back.
The biggest class of the year to come, a Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. How excited are you and how do you prepare now?
I'm very excited. My plan is to go there with Monaco Next week I will do a few small classes, and then we head to Prague.
Harry, well done. A phenomenal season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's put some perspective into the season of Harry Smulders. The man finishes in second place at the end of 2025 after only having jumped 7 Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix. 7 appearances, 6 of those 7 he goes clear. 5 of those times he gets onto the podium, and 3 of those times he has been on top of the podium as a Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix winner. The numbers behind Harry Smulders in 2025 just do not make sense. An outstanding season for a former LGCT champion, and now once again, as he says, towards the back end perhaps of some of the careers of his wonderful stable of horses. He now knows that 2026 could well be a swan song year for him and some of these senior horses. But for now, I hear some music. I see some of the horses starting to make their way in through the in-gate, as I believe the first of our 2 podiums tonight is going to be getting underway in a few moments' time. The cameras are getting ready, the horses are starting to prepare, and we are seeing just how much longer they will take. I see Marco Danesi, the sporting director of Global Champions. I'm trying to see if I get a thumbs up. There's a beautiful, beautiful aerial view of Riyadh. Let's, in the meanwhile, hear then from second place finish here tonight. These are the thoughts of Dennis Lynch.
Dennis Lynch and Cordial, a brilliant performance again today to finish the final stage of the Longines Global Champions Tour. What are your thoughts on your performance?
Absolutely delighted with Cordial, and a credit to the team at home, especially my daughter, who's done amazing work with that horse over the last 12 months. And yeah, we're just really happy with the way he ran today. Incredible to see the 2 horses on the first and second are both 16-year-old horses, so it's great to see.
Life in the old dogs yet. It was a world-class jump off that. What were your thoughts on the overall quality and the level?
As always, it's the highest standard. Again, I left a little bit there. I was probably somewhat quiet to the Green Oxer, but also comparison Dorette and Cordial. If Cordial was a racehorse, he'd be a Gold Cup horse, where Dorette is a sprinter. So yeah, this is how it is. But, yeah.
You're so committed to this tour. How much have you enjoyed the 2025 season? Because to me, it seemed that you've really been committed, enjoyed it, and given it everything.
As always, like I said, first of all, a great thank to Georgina, our team on New York Empire. That's where our focus is there. First of all, for the team. And what we can pick up out of the Grand Prix like today, we're delighted to do that. But the focus now is on Prague, and the season. As always, I'm always very committed, and I really enjoy coming and competing at these events.
Back-to-back podiums, Dennis. A phenomenal end to the season. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's go to our first podium celebration of the night as the national anthem of the 2025 Riyadh champion is played.
أيضا أعزائي مبروك مرة أخرى لألمانيا، وندعو مشكورا نائب رئيس اللجنة الأولمبية والبارالمبية السعودية صاحب السمو الأمير فهد.
So coming forward to present the prize, His Highness Prince Fahd bin Jouawi bin Abdul Aziz bin Musaad Al Saud. He's the Vice President of the Saudi Olympic and Paralympic Committee, and he presents the prize to our winner. Coming forward to present the watch on behalf of Longines from Saudi, Nabil Morgabel. He's the brand manager for Longines in Saudi, and what a beautiful timepiece she's going to receive as the winner of this LGCT Grand Prix. It goes with her hat, same colour. She'll be delighted. So Jana takes first place.
ويتفضل إذن سمو رئيس الاتحاد السعودي للفروسية مشكورا الأمير عبد الله بن فهد بن عبد الله آل سعود بتقديم كأس المركز الثاني أعزائي.
So coming forward, Dennis Lynch from Corbeil. He's going to receive his prize from His Royal Highness Prince Abdul bin Fahad bin Abdullah Al Saud. He is the president of the Saudi Arabian Equestrian Tour. So Dennis acknowledges the crowd.
ويتفضل مشكورا مؤسس جولة لونجين ورئيسها سيد يان توبس.
And coming forward for the third place into this evening's LGCT Grand Prix to make the presentation, Mr. Jan Tops. He's the president and founder of the Global Champions Tour. He gives Gilles his presentation to Steve and congratulates him. Posing for the photographs, Hermitage Cologne is well used to it. One of the most sought after and successful stallions in the world now. So we get ready for a lap of honour. So to lead them off on the lap of honour and really enjoy the applause of the crowd. What a wonderful performance from this athlete. Jana Wargers is going to enjoy this. The red LD. She's a 16-year-old. She's a stunning mare. She comes from the Ashford Farm stables. They'll be absolutely thrilled with that. They were third last night in the 1m50 with I Know. What a wonderful weekend. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work over years to get to this level. So you may enjoy it while you're there. That smile tells it all. What a wonderful mare, what a wonderful performance, and fabulously ridden this evening as she gallops up in front of the presentation party in the VIP section and really enjoying the experience. Well done, and the best of luck in Prague.
That smile is going to be on that face for quite some time. Jana Wargers, I'm in the wrong camera. Camera one tonight. That smile is going to be on the face of Jana Wargers, I imagine, probably all the way until we get to Prague. The final Longines Global Champions to a golden ticket in the bag. Last to go in the jump-off. The quickest of the lot. And listen to the appreciation, by the way, of the local Saudi show jumping fans here, who are all on their feet for Jana Wargers. Dan Strange and I are on our feet as well. What a performance. And I don't even know where to begin, because I want to talk about the season. I want to talk about Harry Smolders, and I got some outrageous numbers that he gave you. I want to talk about Harry and Gilles. I want to talk about Jana as well. Let's maybe start tonight because we're here. An 11-rider jump-off is always a very, very tricky thing. And for Jana Wargers, last to go on Dorette, to beat the lineup that was there, I mean, what a performance this is from her here tonight, Dan. Your thoughts on what we watched here this evening?
Sheerly sensational. Simon Delestre flew round, having had back surgery, pinned his vertebrae a week ago. And it was only after I interviewed him and I saw him walk across and I thought, oh, yeah, he does look a bit stiff. He said, oh, I feel really quite stiff. Dennis Lynch, that would have been a first win since 2008.
It was there. It was there. It was so there for Dennis Lynch.
Jana Wargers, who's, of course, mates with Andreas Scow, beats Dennis Lynch, which loses him 3 points, which drops him 2 points below Andreas Scow. And Andreas Scow, who has been one of those, he's just been trying all season to get on the podium, and he does in the championship. And then Jana Wargers. Dorette OLD is a phenomenal horse. What a quick horse. And she's she's gained horsepower recently.
Dan did it by almost 2 seconds. And you and I talk about seconds and fractions of a second all the time, and this world is an eternity. It's not just about Jana winning it. It's Jana winning it on direct, going last, and shaving 2 seconds off what was meant to be a 5-star Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix win time. And she did it without looking as if she skipped a beat.
When you say about 2 seconds, if we think to yesterday, and people may not have watched this, but it was a 5-star classy yesterday evening. It was over a smaller
How much
course.
did Christian Cook lose it by?
0.01 seconds.
So in a world where 0.01 can be a defining factor, the fact that Jana Wargers sets a time that is just shy of 2 seconds. She could have almost had another fence and still gotten over the line. It was an outrageous performance from her, one that sees Dennis Lynch, unfortunately, fall to second. And Gilles Thomas as well, and Hermitage Cologne. He almost didn't even need to do any better today, but the fact that he comes here to this final stage, jumps a double clear on Hermitage, gets yet another podium. I mean, let's move on then to 2025 with himself, Harry Smolders, and Andreas Schouw. But he might not win here tonight, but that is also just a real defining moment for Gilles Thomas to just put a final rubber stamp with another podium on another Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix with a different horse. Double clear again.
I think the biggest thing this weekend for Gilles Thomas is he's riding Hermitage Cologne back into form on the Longines Global Champions Tour, just in time.
Just
in time for the GC playoffs in Prague and the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix, which that horse will go in, there's no doubt.
And in case anyone is wondering, oh, what might be a fatigue factor? No, because he's going to bring Callista in as well for the GCL Super Cup. We've argued and talked about his stable, and
if it's not Callista, it'll be one of his other 5
exactly, and by the sounds of things, Chiara might not be coming to the GCL Super Cup. That's not confirmed, but from what I'm hearing him talk about Gilles Thomas, he's talking about Callista, he's talking about Hermitage, but already those two to jump the GCL Super Cup and the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. We talked about a double for him this year in being the LGCT champion, being the GCL champion. Who says he's not going to win any more titles in Prague? We could see a 3-title year for him. It could be a 4-title year for him. The season is limitless for Gilles Thomas.
Abdul Rahman Al-Raji spoke to me yesterday about idols, okay, about idols in the sport. And the other thing that Gilles Thomas is a brilliant role model. Kids watching, great role model. He's polite, he's pleasant, he gives time,
what a
he signs autographs every time you ask them for them. But jokes aside, he is that sort of person that actually, not just kids, but anyone can look up to and go, what a fabulous champion. And we're so lucky in this sport because we've got so many champions and they all go, wow. But as you said, we've got a champion there. He might win stuff in Prague. He might win next season. He might win the season after. He could do a hat-trick of seasons the way he's riding and the horsepower he's got. That's the big thing.
The amount that he has won this year, I feel like him and I are roommates. That's how much he's come into the studio and celebrated this year. Let's remind you of what the golden tickets look like for 2025. It is now officially confirmed from Doha and Abdel Said and Bonnie in the very, very first stage of the year. Let's take you from Doha and bring you all the way through to those golden tickets as Bonnie and Abdel Said win the first one. The podium celebration about to get underway, by the way, so we'll quickly get through this as well. That then brought us to Mexico City. Emmanuel Camili going on to win in Mexico. That was the second golden ticket to be handed out. From there, Scott Brash in Shanghai. What a performance that was for the Scot to get on to the first podium of the year for him. Yoli Mitlineo in Madrid on that big grass ring. An outstanding performance from the young Greek rider. From Madrid, the season moved on as we then headed towards the French Riviera as we start getting ready for back-to-back French shows. Because from Yoli, in comes the dominance of Harry Smolders and Monaco as he goes to win in Cannes. This was the first of 3 stage wins, by the way. Jérôme Guéry wins the golden ticket in Ramatuelle Saint-Tropez. The Belgian will now join us in Prague. From Ramatuelle Saint-Tropez, the season moves on to Paris as the eventual winner, Gilles Thomas, goes on to win under the Eiffel Tower, wins on the Champ du Mars. That is Gilles Thomas picking up victory in Paris. Simon de Lestre in Monaco, that €500,000 Grand Prix as the Frenchman goes on to win in Monaco at Port Écule. We stand by for the podium celebration of 2025. We quickly wrap this up. Christian Kukuk and Checker in London. What a night that was for him, just outside the Royal Hospital in Chelsea, as Christian Kukuk wins in the UK. Nicola Philipparts and the giant grass ring of Valkenswaard, the Belgian, goes on to pick up his golden ticket there in the south of the Netherlands. It's the first of two Philipparts brothers, but Gerrit Nieberg in Riesenbeck in the backyard of Ludger Beerbaum makes sure that he buys his spot in to the LGCT Super Grand Prix at the end of the season in Prague. There comes Thibaut Philipparts with the second place finish in New York. Two Philipparts brothers competing in the LGCT Super Grand Prix. Philipp Weishout recently in Vienna going on to win. We then still have results from Rome. It is Michael van der Vleuten. Then in Rabat, Anastasia Nielsen. And now here it is Jana Wargers. Let's go to the podium celebration of 2025 as we celebrate Gilles Thomas, Harry Smulders and Andreas Schouw as a 1-2-3 on the Longines Global Champions Tour.
Now we have the national anthem from Belgium.
Gilles Thomas, Belgium.
Now we just wait for the presentation party to come forward. So first up we have Mr. Jan Tops. He's the president and founder of the Global Champions Tour. He's going to present that wonderful trophy. He goes down, he's going to pass by, and he goes to Andreas Schouw, and he gives him what a well-deserved, what a heart. He worked hard for it. Congratulating the guys on the way back.
ويتفضل مشكورا سمو رئيس الاتحاد السعودي للفروسية الأمير عبد الله بن فهد بن عبد الله آل سعود بتقديم كأس المركز.
Coming forward, the Vice President of the Saudi Olympic and Paralympic Committee, His Royal Highness Prince Fawad bin Jawawi bin Abdulaziz bin Mossad Al Saud. He presents to Harry Smulders, congratulates the others. Takes up his position beside Mr. Tops. And now coming forward, the President of Saudi Arabian Equestrian Tour, His Royal Highness Prince Abdul bin Fahad bin Abdullah Al Saad. He comes forward with this lovely trophy. Before that, we're going to present the watch. And again, Mr. Nabil Magraoud, he's the brand manager for Longines Saudi. He presents that winner's watch to add to the collection that he already has, I'm sure, to Gilles. And then we just have to wait for the final presentation to come forward. So here we are, the final presentation from His Royal Highness Prince Abdul bin Fahad bin Abdullah Al Saad. He presents to Gilles Thomas. That's our winner's trophy.
The Olympic Paralympic Committee congratulating the winner, Belgium's Gilles Thomas. Trophies in the air for a big smile. There we go. Holding up the trophies. Give them a big cheer. Your top three for 2025.
There we go. We get the fireworks. Everybody in their position. What a wonderful photograph that's going to be. Everybody's enjoyed the evening. I would say the culmination of 16 legs of the tour. They'll congratulate each other. What a great evening we've had.
But now we come to a special presentation to honour the grooms as well. We're delighted to welcome the grooms on the podium. They are such a key part of what we do.
Coming forward as well, and this is a new. So the guys all take their positions for the photograph.
Ladies and gentlemen, the horses and the grooms are such a key part of the sport. Please do a little better. Please raise the volume for the amazing horses.
So coming forward now, this is a recent addition to our podiums. We bring forward the horses and we bring forward to honour the grooms who do such a sterling work looking after these equine athletes that we have. So it's great to see the grooms being brought forward with their horses this evening, and they're going to be acknowledged as well and receive a memento on behalf of the GCL. And it's great to see them come forward. So for Gilles Thomas, we have Sanya Melson. She looks after his horses. She keeps the show on the road, gets everything to the right place at the right time. They're amazing, the amount of work that they do. Harry Smulders, Morgan Trash, and there looks after his horses for him. They put in long hours. Their dedication is amazing. And then for Andreas Scout, we have Francisco Cabalgul, his lead groom on this occasion. So those grooms are going to come forward now. They're with the riders on the podium. That's part of the arena party helping out. But this is what it's about. Mr. Tops comes forward there and gives them a momentum. It's great to see everybody here. So again, Jan Tops has come forward. Again, in second to present to Harry Smulders' groom. Morgan Tresh, we have His Royal Highness Prince Abdul bin Fahad bin Abdullah Al Saud. He's the president of Saudi Arabian Equestrian Federation. And now again to present the prize to the leading groom. Working for Gilles Thomas Sanya Nielsen, we have His Highness Prince Fawad bin Jawawi bin Abdul Aziz bin Musad Al Saud. He presents that momentum to Sanya. And it's a lovely occasion for all to be acknowledged on the podium here at Riyadh at the finals of the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour. What an evening sport we've had. Wonderful presentations here. Great to acknowledge everybody.
That is a remarkable image, I beg your pardon, to close the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season with your best three riders of the year in Gilles Thomas, Harry Smulders and Andreas Scow. And wonderful to see the grooms up on the podium as well. They play such a massive role in the season, in the success of these riders. Let's remind you then of the final rankings for the 2025 season as Gilles Thomas goes down in history as the youngest ever Longines Global Champions Tour season winner. As mentioned, Harry Smulders and Andreas Scow second and third. What a season it's been, by the way, for Dennis Lynch, who finishes just outside the podium only by 2 points. Dennis Lynch to fourth. Last year's runners-up behind Max Kuna. Christian Kukuk finishes in fifth. Simon de Lestre will be very happy with the top 6 finish. And then Scott Brash, Michael van der Vleuten, a previous runner-up a few seasons ago. Peter de Vos and Sophie Hinners making up the top 10. But the season belongs to one man and to one man alone, and that is Gilles Thomas. The amazing news now is that, in case you get confused, the 2025 Longines Global Champions Tour season is over. But we move into the GC playoffs in a couple of weeks' time. We move into the Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix still, where the 16 best riders of the year will all compete in the biggest class of the year. So from the King Abdullah Financial District, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, from the 16th and final stage of the season, we say thank you so much, Riyadh, and we cannot wait to see you in Prague for the upcoming Longines Global Champions Tour Super Grand Prix. Enjoy the closing ceremony, enjoy the closing few moments here in Riyadh, and we will see you in the Czech Republic very, very soon. Good night. Okay, todos.
That was really impressive. Beautiful under the lights here. Really exciting. We now just wait to get the last few bits and pieces of arena furniture out of the arena, and then we're going to see our prize givers, prize receivers, and the presenters come forward.
The wait is over. The most anticipated moment of the season is here. Prague becomes the stage where only the very best compete. An electrifying arena, bursting with spectacular entertainment and action-packed drama. The toughest challenge of them all, where precision meets pressure and legends are made. Every stride, jump, and heartbeat could decide the crown. Experience the Global Champions Playoffs in Prague from November 20th to the 23rd.